He is going to warn us about the new form of weaponized gluten, the new instrument, the new munition of the World Economic Forum, chitin.
Chitin.
You will eat the bugs and you will love it. You will drink the sewage. You will have no beef. We will transgender your children. We will pump chemicals into you. We are the New World Order. You will die.
What do you know about weaponized gluten? Do you know anything about weaponized gluten?
I don't know about health stuff.
I mean...
Well, I mean, you kind of do. I mean, you have a tried and true method that works for you, anorexia.
Yeah.
Right.
I know about gluten, and I believe really anything on this earth can be weaponized.
Yeah. It's a good
Water.
point.
Water can be weaponized.
Oh, yeah. Teaspoon can drown you.
Mm-hmm.
You can...
I mean, water's a drug.
Are you talking about, like, civil rights kind of water being weaponized?
That's an example of one way water can be weaponized.
I'll tell you, I mean, when I was in Hawaii as a young boy, I can tell you about the power of water on those goddamn fucking scary North Shores or whatever. I mean, the ocean is a fickle, mean bitch sometimes.
But I meant like a glass of water.
Oh, got it. So, it's so funny that you brought this up before we started recording.
What did I bring up?
Not you.
Oh.
I don't know if the audience knows, but Nick is in hell of a journey. He's in on a hell of a journey right now. He's
trying to lose 45 pounds.
He's trying to lose 45 pounds in a shocking amount of time.
What's the time frame?
5 weeks.
45 pounds, 5 weeks.
I've lost 16 pounds in 3 weeks and 2 days.
Not on track.
But the last 15 pounds would theoretically, if I'm doing this correctly, come off in the last day via water weight. So I think I needed
15 pounds in one day?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the number I was given by a couple of UFC fighters. They gave me tips. I've been loading up on my fiber, which I've also realized has been the lack of fiber my issue with my bowel movements.
Yes.
And that is what you brought up to me before we started recording, was the prevalence of fiber now in your diet. What do you think about scooching a little bit? I can see you in my frame. Your arm's in my frame. You good with that?
I'm sitting in
about scooching a little bit.
I'm sitting in the exact same spot I always do. I think the camera needs to be.
You're normally cheated a little bit more over, no?
It's funny that you brought up fiber, because what I wanted to bring in today was a little cautionary tale about what we're putting in our bodies. You know, I saw some dude on YouTube Shorts, I was doom scrolling, lobotomizing myself slowly each and every day. And saw this guy talk about bacon. He was like, look at this. This is why I don't eat this. And he pulled up this fucking pack of bacon. And it had all this like gross white fat in it and stuff like that. And he was like, the shit that they feed these animals, it's like seed oils and shit. And they don't process it. It gets stuck in their meat. Then we eat it. It's just why you can't eat like 95% of bacon. And I was like, how do you just walk through life not dipping and dodging and diving and also dipping and dodging from all the stuff that we're putting in our bodies? It's just so bad. And I'm taking Adderall now too. I can't eat flavorful things. I have to eat like a 7-year-old, goldfish, saltines, stuff to just get me through,
Just eat turkey sandwiches.
But the turkey has the stuff in
low
it
sodium.
too. Patrick, you've missed the point. That low sodium stuff is also, it's congealed bird paste. It's not good for you. They've got seed oils. Their legs are broken. I don't want to bum people out, but I mean, it's really tough out here. And that is why I got even more discouraged when I went down the chute.
Shoot.
Now,
I'm sorry though. Your thesis is you don't know what to eat right now.
I don't know what to eat right now. It's all so bad.
Gotcha.
It's all so bad. Even, you get these keto fucking Guido fuckfaces out there telling you to eat fucking bacon, but this guy's telling me it's full of seed oils. You can't eat it. I don't know what to do. And then I got this guy saying just eat low sodium Oscar Mayer.
Mm-hmm.
These last 2 weeks, I'm going to be air frying chicken breast and just have 8 ounces of that plain, and that's all I'm going to eat.
All right. So,
clear your throat, Nicky.
How does he not get told to clear his throat? He has a smoker's rasp for the last 3 minutes. I thought about it, but I'm like, I'm going to let it go.
Oh, really? Bring it up.
Mine's sexy, though. Yours is revolting, So, anyways, I went down the chute. It's been a while since I've gone down the chute.
Everybody's getting their throat cleared tonight. Better watch it. All right, let's go down the chute.
What are you talking about?
Just the second I hear one, we'll be like, third throat.
Oh, that sounds
He's very
productive.
vindictive.
So anyways, I ventured down the chute. Now, for new listeners, I used to do this segment wherein I found content on one of the greatest websites on planet Earth, BitChute. It's a site for deplatformed.
You will eat the bugs and you will love it. You will drink the sewage. You will have no beef. You will
Okay. We got ahead of ourselves there a little bit. I gotta hang on.
The sound's coming out of the TV. Dylan, have you ever?
The sound coming out of the fucking TV.
Have you ever seen the Funny or Die sketch about like nutritional facts? It's like this person comes from the past, and this guy's about to like eat his like eggs and bacon, and the guy from the past is like, "Don't do that! It'll kill you. It'll give you a heart attack." So then he like does like cereal, and they're like, "Don't do that! Carbs will give you." And it's so it's a microcosm.
Why is this happening?
Eat air.
Why is this happening? Why is it going through the TV? I don't fucking understand this.
Did you bring sound up, and it's either like HDMI matrix or external headphone?
Stuff is just so freaking complicated. We need a producer in here, right? Don't we need like? I want to get a young, capable. I don't know what. Yeah, twink, hairless child to produce this podcast, and I don't know why he needs to be hairless.
Hey,
but
anybody that lives in Los Angeles and knows about production, hit us up.
Gray McCartney. We were just talking today. I said we should go to Marlou, LA downtown because I know you guys would want to, but then it's on a Tuesday when we record, so I can't.
Yeah, someone's going to be there.
He's like Colin and Marcos, but Gray was like, "Oh, I'll go and get content. I can be your gay intern." And I was like, "I think for HR purposes, we just have to refer to you as intern."
Yeah, let's refer to him as intern. And it's also funny. I love that Gray is our intern because what does he make? Like $500,000 a year working at Apple or
and
something?
why balk at convention? Let's call him the gay intern.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I
fair
love
enough.
that. So anyway, I was going down the chute, and once again, I am hit with another one of these "don't eat that" warning signs from none other than, and I'm going to say this is a controversial title I'm giving this man, but I mean, Alex Jones is a hero. We need Alex Jones right now because Alex Jones is out of his mind.
He yells a lot.
Yells a lot, has really good vitamins. I'm going to get on this vitamin regimen because if there's anything I know that these vitamins are good for
Now,
me.
remind me, I know he just got sued. That's all I know of this guy, and just clips or maybe you guys talking about. I've
Sure.
never watched more than 30 seconds of this.
Right.
Is he a political animal, or is he just a conspiracy theorist?
He's an anarchist,
okay.
conspiracy theorist,
Great.
and he says some of the craziest shit, but you know, some of it turns out to be pretty dead nuts on. I mean, the frogs are getting turned gay by the pesticides. I mean, it's just fact now.
Pat,
Those kids at Sandy Hook, they did perish in a very tragic fashion, so I'm glad he got sued for $48 billion or whatever the fuck it was.
And I would describe him as somewhat of a sideshow that really has no place anywhere near being lumped in with true political discourse.
Sure.
But then the enemies of the right will be like, "This is representative of you," and so it's like, I don't know. I'm political. COVID-19 sucks.
COVID-19, that's not a political statement. It's a huge bummer. And also, please do not say I got COVID as a way to garner support or pity. Unless you're 85 years old. This happened to us recently. Someone was like,
kind of a
I have
coworker.
COVID. It's like, so, all right, so you're at your house watching fucking Better Call Saul and working. Please, God damn it. I don't want to get political. Alex Jones, okay, maybe not a hero, but God, he's so entertaining. He is going to warn us about the new form of weaponized gluten, the new instrument, the new munition of the World Economic Forum, chitin.
You will eat the bugs and you will love it. You will drink the sewage. You will have no beef. You will transgender your children. We will pump chemicals into you. We are the New World Order. You will die. And now chitin, the super powerful gluten that is the exoskeletons of bugs, is being turned into powder and put into thousands of foods in a giant revolution against us, using a bioweapon against our families.
Now, this all sounds a little kooky, right? And he's yelling.
Yeah.
You know? But let's look at the sunset. Let's look at the skyline that he's used as you know, the visual over which he's, you know, yelling these apocalyptic musings. But I think what he's trying to say is, however dire things look, we have an enemy the size of Sauron, the World Economic Forum, and Klaus Schwab. There is still hope. There is sunlight glimmering through the clouds.
imagery, but not what he's coming out of his mouth. It's pretty terrifying and ominous.
Yeah. Well, Pat, it gets worse.
Oh, no.
Against our species, Max Egan reports.
It's been shown contain a substance called chitin. There's a meme going around. You sort of see this stuff and you think, oh, is this fear-mongering? Is this true?
Now, I mean, another hero, right? None other than Rob Schneider is trying to warn us about the evils of chitin, okay?
Is that Rob Schneider up there? He says, in other words, Bill Gates, go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you see, Bill Gates is trying to buy up all the farmland so he can have all the beef.
And then shove the chitin down our throats. How are you not getting this?
Yeah,
You should just
I'm tracking now.
understand.
I'm tracking now. I get it.
This guy
Everything-
is like that old guy who first told us about chitin. He's like the guy from Jurassic Park who goes, they remember all grown up. I'm pretty sure that's him.
100%. Now, one of my favorite things about Alex
Clever
Jones
guy.
is how many papers he has in front of him on any given broadcast. To at least, I don't know, present that he's putting in the work, okay? This is a news program, all right? Let's learn about chitin.
Great it is to eat the chitin. Everything they do is to poison us and to kill us. And it's funny to them. They say you can't have a car, they fly on private jets. They say you can't have children, they have 6 children.
Preach.
They're a bunch of pigs that think you're stupid.
Preach. I mean, who is fighting for us the way Alex Jones is, you know?
People were talking about that court case trial. They said at some point this year who's making $800,000 a show. I think that's more than Conan.
Well, Conan's not warning us of the true evil of the world, is he? He's just joking with Jordan Schlansky.
That's
right?
a great point.
In
Right.
fact, Colin, as much as I love him and watch his show for years, probably contributing to all the stuff that
100%.
Alex is warning us about.
He might be. Sorry to interrupt, but he may be able to actually pay that lawsuit money.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I know.
some people they have to go back to the drawing board with the lawyers, and they say you won 48, but he'll cut you a check for 8.
Yeah, and it's so funny that Alex Jones purports to be this soothsayer for the people, and he pulled off a Sackler family-esque evasion of paying the families their share in court by declaring bankruptcy so that he doesn't have to pay the victims any money whatsoever. I can't talk tonight, but a little bit hypocritical, and he's got a fantastic Rolex on. This man is very, very wealthy.
Have you ever heard of the conspiracy theory that Bill Hicks faked his death and he's Alex Jones?
I mean,
Whoa.
I
it
don't-
actually fits if you listen to some of the stuff they're talking
that
about.
brings me to my point. I know, Dill, I'm distracting from the point you're trying to make, but where the hell did this guy come from? I mean, do we know anything about his background or history?
Maybe we'll do a little history with a little Dill.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Right? Got to learn where this guy came from.
Not
But
that I
Nick just
care,
told us Bill Hicks
Oh,
faked his
right,
own
well.
death, and he pulled a Ken Lay, and now he's Alex Jones. Anyways, let's. I mean, you got to hear this. It's horrifying shit.
Ken Lay, the prosecutor
myself.
for Bill Clinton, faked his death. Is that?
That's Ken Starr. Ken Lay is the guy that bailed on Enron before
Right.
they could prosecute him. Yeah. Look at that fucking watch. I mean, this guy is unbelievable.
Because I knew this years ago. And when I've talked about this subject, I have just pointed out that it's authoritarian and designed to bankrupt farms and ranches and is about the cult making you do outrageous things. You'll own nothing, you'll have nothing, you'll like it.
Yeah.
And that's, you will eat the bugs.
Right.
But I saw a video yesterday, and I did research for about 2 hours last night in the mainline studies and the mainline science that the exoskeletons of bugs, remember we have endoskeletons inside,
Now listen
We
to
know the
how
difference.
listen to how unbelievable this
We're not
program
lobsters?
is. He is not only educating us on the evils of Klaus Schwab and Yuval Harari, he is teaching us about biology.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Also, I want to know what his research process is. I want to know what peer-reviewed articles
Yeah.
he has his hands on. But he probably pays up because he's got he's got good research.
We're mammals. Exoskeletons are a very hard molecular structure.
I mean, you can't get this
that
stuff
is
anywhere
a
else.
glutenoid. And it's on average, depending on the insect, 1,000 times more potent than the most processed gluten.
Now, I want to point something out here. His whole shtick that he's doing here is talking about eating the exoskeleton of the bugs, correct? And they grind it down to a powder.
Right.
He just showed two visual aids. One with Nicole. I think she's eating a larvae something.
Yeah, Nicole
which
Kidman.
is all just the squishy stuff.
Well-
and then the other guy's eating a maggot.
Bear
They-
Grylls.
They don't have skeletons.
All right, forgive me, but you sound like a dullard right now. You don't understand the slow rollout of these powerful entities, the IMF, the World Economic Forum. Nicole Kidman and Bear Grylls are advisors to the World Economic Forum, okay? They are progressing this agenda. We will not have the beef. We will have the bugs. We will not own anything, and we will be happy, Patrick. What happens first is phase one. Slowly roll out that this is a possibility via entertainment, right? We've got Nicole Kidman and Bear Grylls.
Angela Jolie's up the ass of this whole thing.
100%. She's working with Klaus Schwab. He's paying her off, okay? Anybody that doesn't see this is not seeing it, right? So he goes on to tell us that the FDA is... He goes off on this tangent about how the FDA has their hands off of nanotechnology. Evidently, that's in our food, too. And also, this chitin powder, it's going to be in everything, and it's 1,000 times more difficult to digest than gluten. So celiac, I mean, that's going to look like a paper cut, in 50 years. I mean, we're all going to die. We're all going to die.
If you remember, what's that movie, and they turn it into a TV show where they're in a fucking train, the whole movie?
What's that fucking, that terrible movie by
Trainspotting?
Boone Jung?
No.
What's his name? The guy that did Parasite.
I don't know, but it's a train, and it's about classes.
Yeah.
The people who live in
the train's a metaphor.
for
Right.
right now. And
What's it called? It's Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer.
So I guess everybody's got to live on a train. In the front of the train, you got all the wealthy people there having sushi dinners and steaks and potatoes. And if you think about it, what are they feeding the people in the back part of the train?
bugs with chitin exoskeletons.
Yeah. So what Nick is ingesting right now on his route to 55 pounds, 45 pounds down is kind of the precursor to chitin, this fibrous powder that will soon be ubiquitous. We'll be consuming it in everything. It'll be in your low-sodium turkey. It'll be in my goldfish. It'll be...
We're just going to get MREs. It'll be
yes,
hard and
MREs, which is why we have to become agrarian podcasters. We have to move out to a bucolic area, and we have to set up Wi-Fi, and we have to keep doing this. And I think that we should really pivot from kind of humorous stuff to what Alex Jones is doing, because who knows, he could be bankrupt soon. I mean, he legally is. So we might have to pick up the mantle and start...
Fill that space.
Yeah, we need to start warning people about the evils of the World Economic Forum.
We have, I don't know about you guys, but honestly, with another podcast network, that's what I've been trying to do since its inception.
Right.
We have to keep the guys of comedy so we can seep our truths into culture and have. They don't know they're learning, but we're arming people with knowledge so we can fight back against.
Now
crowds.
you know. Open your ears, okay? We're telling you important stuff. Nick, what do you got tonight? Oh, this is another podcast show.
Oh, hey,
by
everybody.
the way. It's a show where we gab and goof about really whatever is at top of mind. My name's Dylan. Settled up next to one real Nicholas Davis.
Say hi, Nick.
What's going on, everybody?
And
Hey, everybody.
Pat
Hey,
is over there.
Can you guys start sharing this show with your friends, please? I'd like to grow more. I'd like to start making money and get some ads in this show. Ooh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'd like to grow the show more. If you think this is entertaining, do you mind sharing this? Put it on your radio when you're in the car with someone. Say, hey, look, I know you wanted to listen to Billy Squire or something like that, but
Right.
why don't we give these guys a shot?
Here's what you do. You go, have you ever heard about chitin?
Yeah.
Right?
Are you at a cocktail party?
Now you're in the car.
Right.
Maybe you're having a cocktail, and you go, hey, you want to
Learn about something.
learn about chitin, right?
You put that on.
So we got a lot of stuff to get into tonight.
I guess a really bad Segui, but this Alex Jones character seems like he's not a conspiracy theorist, but more he's able to predict the future, and he's trying to warn everybody. My segment will be much like that, and actually something that I predicted came true today in epic fashion, and I think the audience is going to be pretty blown away.
Incredible tease that I'm really excited to hear. I also, too, I mean, we're just uncovering stuff right and left here today. I'm talking about a plot just as insidious as the New World Order, and that is, of course, TBS speeding up sitcoms 7.5% to fit in more commercials.
Oh, my God.
Did you guys know this? This is really, the segment was really, like, were you guys aware of this? I was going to do the Native American who took she accepted the Oscar for Marlon Brando in 1973 because of the mistreatment of Native Americans. I was going to.
Then she went on to kill the Predator.
Is that what happened?
Something like that. Yeah.
No. Just recently, the Academy apologized, but I was going to do that. But then I tried to give it to Pat because I thought you were short on PMZ, and then I just blew my load. So I'm not going to do that. But that was another thing that I saw this week, and I was wondering if you guys knew about.
Yeah, of course.
You knew about that?
I didn't know about it.
You didn't know that Marlon Brando had a Native American go up and...
No, I knew that. I was on the text exchange. I thought you were going to say about them speeding up the content so they can add more. That's what I didn't know about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The first thing he said he did know about, did you know they apologized? And did you know that in one of the first instances, I believe, of cosplay going too far, John Wayne had to be refrained from attacking that Native American woman on stage?
It's beginning to be Ri-Goddamn-Diculous, is what he said backstage.
Wait. Did John Wayne lose his mind and think he was back in a Western and that woman was his enemy?
John Wayne was the original angry old guy in the chair. He was with the kids with the long hair.
The chair
and the
that
joints.
Obama was supposed to be in, that Clint Eastwood was talking to?
No,
What are you
not that
talking
one.
about?
Like just the old rocking chair old guy.
Got it.
These kids...
The Clint Eastwood get off my lawn is John Wayne, and he's taken some real shrapnel. I think a lot of these people who
it's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
It's a great clip. You want to hear something funny? Look up John Wayne drunk ranting. He goes into this whole. It's pretty entertaining.
I'll listen to it.
Does he talk about minorities?
Oh, he gets into everything. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of the people from the past they kind of let stuff. For the most part, stuff gets let lie. Like that's just the way it was. But every 6 months, some article springs up about John Wayne, about his love for the N-word or something or other.
Yeah.
Right.
Him trying to attack a Native American woman on stage who couldn't have been more abrasive when she went up for that speech. And I'm kidding because she was
very soft-spoken,
like
meek,
reverential,
right? Yes.
Apologetic.
Yeah, reverential is a great word because she was like, I mean, she couldn't say it, but she was like. Marlon Brando's lost his mind, okay? He was hammering donuts and pointing a gun at me and saying, if you don't do this, I'll blow you away. Because Marlon Brando, much like John Wayne, I mean, as on display with the Native American going to accept his award, I mean, he'd gone a little off the reservation.
We all do. We get old, you know.
But since you guys both knew about that one, that's
Patrick, Dr. Zhivago, or what is that movie?
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
The Island of Dr. Moreau. He insisted upon having a little person
not in the script
be by his side.
I just saw him one day. Said, sit up here on the piano.
That is so funny, and it actually
the director's like, that's not part of the movie, and he said it is now.
Yeah.
In South Park,
the Island of Dr. Moreau.
In South Park, first season, there's a character called Dr. Mephisto who lives up on a hill and he tries to breed animals and stuff, but his things are always like a four-ass monkey, a four-ass turtle, but then he came up with his five-ass turtle, but that thing was Marlon Brando.
Yes.
And he had a little thing next to him that they called Gary, and it just followed him around and stared at the whole time. And in that, Dr. Mephisto is actually part of NAMBLA, not the North American Man-Boy Love Association, but the North American Marlon Brando Lookalike Association.
Oh, nice.
Lots of jokes.
Yeah, it's a pretty dense show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you pulling this? Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's a drunken speech by John Wayne.
Yeah.
At the
what was this at?
Columbia University.
Probably like some Republican.
He's probably getting the Mark Twain Award.
No, it really is.
It's probably the NRA, honestly.
You think?
When I went to school at the University of Southern California.
Unbelievable.
Let me explain something.
Bruins
to you.
in the
When I
crowd.
went there,
Yeah.
I went there
Trojans?
when there was a
Well,
fella
the people booed.
Oh, okay, got
in
it.
control of the college. I mean, he was the boss man there. If anybody had walked into his office and torn down a picture and did excrement in his
Desk? Desk?
no, in his
Desk?
newspaper baskets.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Or had
got it.
written lewd words on his the pictures of his family.
Oh, wow.
We, as members of the college, would have kicked the goddamn hell out of this organization. I can't understand how it can happen
It's like a...
in the United States of America that it's getting to be Ri-Goddamn-Diculous.
It's beginning to be Ri-Goddamn-Diculous.
It's like a very, very drunk, slow ad lib. The student walks in and excrements all over his newspaper bins. And if they would have, what did he say? Desecrated pictures of his family. Yeah, it's unbelievable when you reach a stage like this, when you've just been the cock of the walk for so long, you have so much money, that you have no reservations about just
Speaking
getting
openly. Nice pun.
blackout drunk and going up in front of people and talking. It's much like Bradley Cooper pissing himself in that fourth
Installment of To Be a
Star
Is
is Born. Yeah.
And if there's one thing John Wayne's for, it's no reservations.
Right.
No reservations.
I was talking about like Native American. He doesn't like Native Americans.
Right. So,
Yeah, Nick, you want to do your thing?
yeah. So
I
what's
do.
going on with Seinfeld though? So they're speeding it up so they can fit more ads in.
I do, but then the tail end of this Alex Jones thing, I wanted to just... I don't think there's enough on the little history with a little deal on the origins of
Sure,
Alex Jones,
sure.
but I found it. He was cable access and
Sure.
Of course he was.
Makes sense.
yeah, in like 95, switched to radio in 96.
Makes sense.
On a show called The Final Edition on KJFK 98.9 FM, influenced by radio host William Cooper, who phoned into Jones' early shows. Now, William Cooper, in a fun little Wikipedia game, he was an American conspiracy theorist, radio broadcaster, and author known for his 1991 book, Behold a Pale Horse.
Oh my God! Behold the Pale Horse.
You know about it?
Yes, that is like the
Can I say what
it's like the Troa of conspiracy theorists. It's their fucking sacred book.
It's there.
I love that there's like an origin, like Alex Jones was born from this man.
I have the Behold the Pale Horse at my house.
Whoa.
The book in which he warned of multiple global conspiracies, some involving extraterrestrial
Aliens,
life.
yeah, a lot of alien shit.
Cooper also described HIV/AIDS as a man-made disease used to target blacks, Hispanics, and homosexuals, and that a cure was made before it was implemented.
I'm
Cooper
sure he
was
was
killed in 2001 by sheriff's deputies after he shot at them during an attempted arrest.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
Well, the powers that be tried to silence that man, and he loaded his guns and he fought back. But a lot. He's probably a terrain theorist. People who don't believe in germs, and people who think that any illness is either man-made or things that we're trying to shed that are naturally inside of us. I mean, it's a very, very deep rabbit hole we can go down.
Well, I mean, he's dead.
He's dead.
No more conspiracy theories from him.
You know who's not dead?
Who?
Thank God. Freeze this man. Let's just keep him alive eternally. Larry David.
Oh, Larry David.
Yeah.
I see where you're going. I thought you were going to go Ted Turner, who owns TBS, who then got syndication rights for Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Also Larry David.
Yep.
But yeah, did you know TBS? Because TBS, they know funny. That was their saying when they kind of had their renaissance. Right.
Right.
And surpassed TNT in ratings in like late 90s, early 2000s. But because they had their ratings were booming, they had advertisers knocking off their door. Pop quiz, Dylan, or Pat, because you're by your microphone. How many minutes of commercials in a half hour of television?
Well, the
nowadays?
running time of most sitcoms are 22 minutes, so that would be 8 if I'm doing the math correctly.
Exactly. But some Seinfeld episodes were running 25 minutes. They didn't have the standard 8 minutes. So TBS, rather than cut out parts of Seinfeld or maybe run a 40-minute episode, which was done on occasion, would actually speed up the entire episode like I do on social clips to keep people's attentions on Instagram. You would think, I mean, and they even creep from 7.5% at one point to 9%. And you would think you would notice, but barely anyone knows this. You guys didn't know this?
Did not know it.
Let's see the example of Seinfeld going 45 seconds fast, or 7.5% faster on...
Every day for the past 4 days, she has her return. Call every day for the past 4 days, she has her return one call. Was it a scratch?
Oh, there we go.
Isn't that crazy?
Or a pick? It was a scratch. It was a scratch. It's me. It's me.
This is
It's
like
amazing.
This is like a high schooler stretching out pages by having double space and all the single spaces.
Let me tell you something. I want to meet this young lady or man that came up with this concept because I smell upper management all over them.
Yeah.
Typically no one would even notice this. And do you know, like, think about like interest rates, like it's 1%. Do you know what that compounding interest ends up in a 30-year fixed loan? It's like $14 billion. They are making so much more money just by doing this.
This is Tilda Swinton's character in Michael Clayton. The person that walked into that fucking room and said, guys, I got it. Just cold, reptilian, so proud of his or herself to come up with this scheme to turn the periods into size 15.5 rather than 12, you know?
I mean, you'll never get away with that. I mean, it's like
What do you
12 to 11, 11.5 to 11.
Oh, got it. Okay.
15 to 12.
Oh, all right. Oh, sorry. I mean,
Your teacher 90? Get C?
well, I mean, I had one Jesuit, you know, in college. He was old, but
yeah,
a ruthless bastard, that guy.
And TBS started the practice, but it has become prevalent among reruns of TV shows all over the place. And you guys didn't know that. And I didn't either. And
Hey!
Wow. I didn't know that.
Did I ever tell you about that Jesuit fuck? We had a pop quiz every class, so it wasn't even pop. 25 questions and 5 geography questions. The midterm. All of the questions, all multiple choice. All cobbled together in chronological order. Test 1 to test 50 or whatever. So the finals come around, and me and this guy Cody, we go, hey, he's just going to put all the tests in order again. It's just going to be all the same things. All we got to do is write down the correct answers on our phone and fill it out. We get to the test. They're all scrambled. He scrambled them all up. That guy is part of one of the oldest clandestine orders in human history, the Jesuits. We thought we were going to outsmart that old fuck. No, he was trying to teach us about fucking Mesopotamia, and we thought, let's cheat. I mean, the hubris of the youth, you know? But it's a goddamn shame what they're doing on TBS, I'll tell you that. I mean, a goddamn shame. With that being said, don't skip the commercials anymore. You know, people work hard on those commercials, okay? People work really, really hard on them.
Especially live reads.
And if you skip them, they'll just find more insidious ways to shove them down our throats.
Yeah.
Just
like
pretend you're watching.
There's a new one with Lindsey Vonn advertising a new sleep aid. You know, it's dead horse comedy joking about the side effects of a pharmaceutical. But this one, I mean, you guys are not going to fucking believe this. I'm just going to pull this up really quickly.
Sure.
30 seconds. You're not going to fucking believe it.
Yeah. I've seen the commercial because when I heard her advertising, I was thinking, like, hasn't her star passed? Like, how much money do they have to pay her? I bet they got a bargain basement rate for her. Nick, I am so proud of you to find this and present this to the world. And this is an active business model that these networks have created. It's fascinating to me. Very effective, lean, mean, doesn't hurt anybody. It's a win-win for all.
I'm hurt by it. Larry David's art has been hurt by it. I think it's a disgusting display of capitalism gone awry.
All right. All right. I mean, this is just fucking
faster
This is unbelievable.
and stay asleep longer. And more sleep at night.
Quivivik? It's called Quivivik.
QVIVIC works differently than
QVIVIC,
medication you may have
excuse
taken in
me.
the past. QVIVIC is thought to target one of the biological causes of insomnia, overactive wake signals. Do not take QVIVIC if you have narcolepsy. Don't drink alcohol while taking QVIVIC or drive or operate heavy machinery until you feel fully alert. QVIVIC may cause temporary inability to move or talk or hallucinations while falling asleep or waking up. QVIVIC may cause sleepiness during the day. QVIVIC may lead to doing activities while not fully awake that you don't remember the next day, like walking, driving, and making or eating food. Worsening depression, including suicidal thoughts, may occur. Most common side effects are headaches and sleepiness.
And dating Tiger Woods. That last one was weird.
How does that get through? Like, hey, we ran some tests, but there is this thing that keeps popping up. People are getting in their cars after they've made a sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning, driving into a tree, walking back home, falling asleep, and they just don't remember. Well, you know, we've got Lindsey Vaughn already, so we've got to get QVIVIC out to market, right? So we've spoken of soothsayers this evening. You fancy yourself one, I imagine?
Yes, I do, sir.
Yep.
Is it my
Nice
turn?
segue.
Is it my turn to talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Patrick, I mean, come on.
It's everyone's turn.
Come
Okay.
on.
I just want to know. I want to be respectful. Everybody's, feels fulfilled or whatever. All right. So, this is going to be a zombie. Hey, who's our editor for these shows now?
Wonky week. Brian wanted to do the Patreon only because he's got something. So it might be Eddie. Might be me.
Oh, Eddie.
Me and Eddie.
Brian, this is called Zombie Talk with Pat. Put like a little chyron there with
Well, he
some
said
music.
categorically that it's not Brian.
But so Eddie, he's getting better every day. He likes trying stuff out. Eddie, try to do what Pat says here.
Yeah, and Eddie, you got a doozy because I've been off mic, on mic, off mic. I mean, sorry, buddy.
Air check. Welcome to Zombie Talk with Pat. And then freeze my face right there with the smile, and then a zoom in, zoom out, and then cut to me being serious now. Okay. Hey.
Zoom in on what? On your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this, Eddie.
Strange vision. Very strange vision.
It's gonna work though.
You're
All
an
right.
auteur.
All right. So get this.
Yeah.
Get this. This is something I can't say that I'm not proud of. But all right.
Can't say
double negative.
that I'm not. So you are proud of it.
But I'm not that either because I'm a man of a certain age.
But you're not.
So you're not proud of this.
I got into a screaming match with a female zombie yesterday at a 7-Eleven.
All right. So you could say you're not proud of this.
But I'm not proud of it.
Okay.
So I'm somewhere in the middle.
Got it.
That's what it's like. That's the.
You're proudish of this.
I don't know, man. Let me lay out the groundwork.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wake up in the morning, brand new zombie encampment, right where they just cleared up one 2 weeks ago. You know how much effort I put into clearing up that goddamn zombie encampment. That gives me some anxiety because I know my wife, she's going to drive by it.
And for those who don't know your efforts, what you do is you take Comet Cleaner, you put it in a bag, you throw it on the ground, and then you spray paint a very, very long message about, how it's Paul Kalamkar or whoever.
Paul Kerkarian, our District 2 City Council member.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was going to do.
Got it.
No, what I do is I contact the city, the sanitation department. They are very nice over there.
Yeah.
And they tell me we will be out there and we'll have it cleaned up in 2 weeks. And then they do that. And then within 24 hours, I know how this all starts now. The little seeds for another one of these is one dude shows up with a shopping cart and a bicycle, and he just sits there, and then before you know it, like a magnet, it attracts all.
Yeah, I
the
almost
other
hit
zombies.
one today. He was very upset at me, and I thought, well, it's not really my fault because it's a 5-lane highway and it's a green light, and you shouldn't be, walking around.
We need to get some cones surrounding that fella.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm already, and by the way, I've been a mess all week. I traveled. I'm tired. I'm still catching up with work. I got fired from a job because I traveled last week and I didn't call this client back to tell him I was going to be there. So I lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm upset about that. I'm
Yeah.
stressed. And I tell my wife, I'm never taking vacations again because this
Right.
is what happens.
You know what you shouldn't do?
Go places.
I'm never going places ever again. I'm staying here. I'll drive places, but I'm not getting on a plane. So I'm upset. I'm anxiety ridden. I see this encampment. It's starting my day off wrong. The wife tells me I got to go to 7-Eleven to get water for the little kid. And so I go out there, and as I walk into the 7-Eleven,
Just insane.
what?
I think what his thought might be similar to mine. There's not water. She can't drink tap or filtered or
Yeah, you can't
some of
drink
the
tap
other
water.
offerings.
No.
Okay.
I got to go get bottled water.
Yeah. Right.
So
And I would say to get a Keurig or whatever the fuck
we have
you
it.
call them.
We have it, but we ran out. The
Brita.
delivery hasn't showed up yet, so I had to go over and get the bottled water to fill up the.
Well,
Keurig.
yeah, and again, we're really we don't know what's up, what's down. I mean, the Keurig could have chitin in it, so
Yeah. Well.
nothing's safe.
I just operate that everything I'm taking in has chitin. I need to
Right.
get some chitin tests.
Yeah,
So I walk into the 7-Eleven.
methadone clinic.
Yeah.
With snacks.
And there's a zombie, female zombie, 30 years old, red hair, tatted up, smells a little bit.
Sounds
and
like a snack or so.
Yeah.
as I'm walking
Sounds
down the aisle,
hot.
I turn around, and then she just grabs all the hot dogs that are on the little conveyor belt
Oh,
of the 7-Eleven.
barehanded, right?
Yeah, she just puts. They're the fried ones, so they're not the bare hot dogs. She got the ones that.
Oh,
are
the taquitos.
Yes, the taquitos.
Got it.
Shoves in her mouth. I don't got a problem with that. But I said,
I do.
hey,
It's revolting.
ask the person to get that for you. Don't just grab it with your hands. She said, fuck off.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty much the end of it.
Does she have any intention of paying for those?
I don't know at this point. But she walks around to the what do you call it? The frappy thing or the what do you call the
Icy?
Slurpee.
Yeah, the icy. And the 7-Eleven.
It's called the Slurpee.
Okay, I don't get those things.
Well, I mean, Pat, it's a famous 7-Eleven branded thing. It's like their only proprietary offering.
It's never in my path. You know, I'm always just going for a turkey sandwich.
I wouldn't have known if 7-Eleven has the icy or Slurpee. I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see the thing. I don't know if it's icy.
So she goes in that area, and then the 7-Eleven employee follows her and says, "You need to pay for that stuff." She said, "I'm going to. Shut the fuck up."
Oh,
so this
got
is an angry zombie.
Right.
So I'm feeling some anxiety. I go, I pay for my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know she's probably from that encampment. By the way, why don't we put up the picture? I don't think I'd label it. Put up the picture of the encampment,
Sure.
if you don't mind. So there's like 4 people at this encampment that I've seen. I don't think I put it in the subject line. So I sent you 3 things. It's one of the things that it doesn't have anything in the
Email,
subject
I
line.
believe.
Email. So
And this is the same spot just around the corner.
same
under the
spot,
bridge.
10 feet away from the one that they cleaned up 2 weeks ago. So I'm paying for my stuff, and I know she's doing her thing, walking around, having to be followed around by another 7-Eleven employee. And I walk out the door. I open up the door, and she said, "Bye." I guess bleep this. "Bye, pussy fag." And I stop, and I pause.
Really inventive insult.
Well, it gets really childish and dumb from this point on. So,
I
audience,
feel like we're there already with the PF,
But he stoops to her level. So I think
got
that's
it,
what's
got it,
about to
got it.
happen.
Oh yeah. Audience, forgive me for this. It's not that I'm not proud of it. It's just that a man at my age, I shouldn't be doing this. I turned around and said, "What did you say to me, bitch?"
Yeah.
And she said, "You're a fucking pussy fag."
Okay.
And I said, "Well, you're a loser.
You're
You are a loser."
Yeah,
And she says,
your
"Look
go.
at you, preppy boy, with your shoes with no socks." And I said, "They're called no-shows, but that's beside the matter. You're a loser.
right.
You're a fucking loser, bitch."
Right.
And then, so this whole thing goes on for 30 seconds of us, and then the poor employee behind there. And there's a dude near the icy machine.
Right.
He's standing there just watching. I think he's going to whip out his camera.
Right.
And I said, "Look," because she's just throwing stuff at me, like, "Look at you." And I said, you're total trash.
Yeah.
I said, "You ruin our fucking neighborhood, but it doesn't matter because you're a drug addict and you'll be dead in 3 months. So thank God."
Yeah.
And the dude with his Slurpee in the corner goes, "Come on, man, that's low." I said, "Dude, you shut up."
Right.
Right. So
Right.
then I turn around again, and then she says something else to me, and I turn around and I'm like, "God, I fucking hate you." And then I walk out the door.
Right.
Now I'm all worked up. I'm shaking.
Oh,
I
whatever the reason why.
I drive home. I give the water to the wife, and now I got to go out and work, and I got a guy working for me now, and so he's waiting. And then I tell my wife the beats, and she says, she's like, "You've been all worked up all week." So I was like, "All right, thanks for the support."
Right.
So I get in the car. I drive by the homeless encampment that we're now staring at. This is
No good deed, No good deed.
So I said, "You know
you
what?
try to call a thief a bitch, and you just,
You didn't burn down the homeless encampment, did you?
No. But so
Great
there's an
question.
email. So I get on because now I know what to do with these encampments. I have a way of eliminating them. It's going to take 2 weeks, but now I'm down for the fight. I want you to, let's read the email that I wrote to LA Sanitation, because they responded back. Dylan, do you mind reading it? Leave out my phone number and my address, please. But this is what I
The
wrote.
location of the homeless
Hold on.
encampment.
This is yesterday, I believe at like 9 in the morning. I write this because they asked, hey, we need more information where this homeless encampment is.
Okay.
This is what I write.
The location of the homeless encampment are under a not great grammar.
I know.
there.
I was in a rush and shaking.
Under a free. The location of the homeless encampment are under a free pass on Riverside Drive to the west of Vineland. I mean, they must have thought a homeless person was writing this email to them. My name is this. My address is this. My number is this. I'm requesting the encampment in smaller tent groups near this location be removed. Members of our community have witnessed open-air drug use, public nudity, fun, sex trafficking, fun. And Pat, that's a lie. You haven't witnessed any sex trafficking, okay?
I have.
Well, do tell, because you have to get in the muck and the mire to really investigate.
I've seen a woman with her shirt off leave a tent.
I'm actually I don't.
I mean, while we're here, you might as well say sex trafficking, but
I don't. Pat doesn't know for certain that he saw trafficking or sex trafficking.
Right.
I think Pat saw sex trafficking.
Right.
Like, you've seen it. If you look at
Sure,
one of those,
sure.
you're probably seeing it.
And-
you can't be certain. But
right. Well,
throw it in there.
he ends with, while you're here, public nudity, sex trafficking, and multiple fires over the fence near the area. This particular area on Riverside Drive has become a haven for encampments, extending to areas behind the fence near dry brush, which is a huge fire waiting to happen. All of this 100 yards from homes where children live. Please clean this up and make our neighborhoods safe again.
Yesterday at 9 a.m. Let's. Why don't you put up the photo of this news story from 3 o'clock today?
You should get Mansa hats.
Call me Miss Cleo. Grass fire burns near 134, 170, 134 freeway interchange in Studio City. It took 38 Los Angeles firefighters more than however many hours to put this fire out.
It was a homeless encampment. I drove by it.
We did the we read like the AP stats on this. It was something crazy, like 16,000 fires over the last 3 years or something.
As we've learned with news, there are certain images that you can see. Let's take George Floyd, for example, that can have a movement or we can change politically.
Okay.
That was ugly seeing that guy kneel on that dude, right? And there was riots, which I was not down for, but it made a movement, right? For good or bad. I'm not making a political statement.
The good or bad part.
When it's gonna take.
The good or bad is a political statement.
No, the bad is you burn down businesses that didn't have anything to do with this. 22 people got killed during all that stuff.
And the
so that's
statue
the
of the
bad.
rapist.
You are allowed to say there's bad.
Sure. Yeah. The people at CVS, I mean, they didn't do anything. You don't need to, throw trash cans at them. They're just trying to get through their shift.
Here's my point.
But rioting is fun. I mean, listen, it looked like a fucking blast.
It was a great time. I would have been there if I was 22 and had no life.
Yeah.
So this happened because of a homeless encampment. What is it? Is that 20 hours after I wrote to the city and said, clean this up.
Right.
This could be a fire that could kill everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Here is how the LA Times covered this fire.
Okay.
Working in triple-digit heat, it took 38 firefighters a little more than 2 hours to extinguish a half acre of grass that was burning Friday near a freeway exchange in Studio City area, next to the homeless encampment. Firefighters went to the area at eastbound 134 and 170. Where is that? The exact area. Thank you very much. No structures were threatened. Oh, thank God for that. It took 38 Los Angeles firefighters.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Took 2 hours to extinguish it, and then there's a couple more beats. You know what they don't mention in this LA Times news story?
How
the fire started?
we're getting
You
fed
got
chitin.
it.
Oh,
What? Oh, not yeah.
sorry.
But even more conspiratorial.
both
on my
of those
part.
are right.
Why not mention it was a homeless encampment?
And why not talk about how we're getting fed bug eggs?
So this is where I'm going with this.
Right.
Unfortunately, we are going to need a homeless encampment to go up and burn down a bunch of people's houses and kill dogs and shit, whatever.
Patrick, we don't need to do that. We need one brave soul to turn into Batman. Start slaying these zombies. They will be immediately removed for their safety off the street. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but Nick probably will.
Someone did it in New York, and he got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, no, and you got to be more sly about it.
People accuse me of flying. People accuse me of flying into New York City on like a Friday, killing a bunch of these zombies, and then getting back on the red eye and coming back here doing pods with you guys. Did you hear that conspiracy theory about?
I thought it was one of you two.
Yeah, definitely me because I'm the one that came up with the plan. But I don't.
You guys are both in New York,
I don't
beating
need
the
to
shit out of some bum, and you're like, "Hey, is that Pat?
So they,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, so they got back
It's
to
the
me.
Spider-Man meme.
So they got back to me today.
Yeah.
They called me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because of the fire, but they said, "Look, Pat,
you're a suspect."
we're gonna be."
They go, "Hey, did you call someone a bitch in 7-Eleven?"
No, this nice woman Denise from Paul Krikorian's office called, and she said, "Pat, let me give it to you straight. It's all just drug addicts now. We know that," which is so nice to finally hear. It's not all the resources we created, all the housing, all the
Dude,
programs.
honestly, you are such a fucking square. People are just trying to have a good time, do a little sex trafficking, and do some fucking drugs, and maybe light shit on fire. The firefighters are going to come. They're going to put it out. Were any structures harmed?
No.
Patrick, were any structures harmed, right? No. Stop cramping people's styles, okay? Sure, you take your daughter out for trick-or-treating and somebody pulls his cock out. Teach her early about human anatomy. I don't know why you can't find silver linings here because we're addicted to them.
What else did
I'd
Denise
probably be
say?
happier.
What else did Denise say?
Fucking John Wayne over here. My
he was
God.
saying what Denise said.
Well, you want to know what the cause of this is?
Yeah.
She's basically defending Paul and the other city council members. She said,
get that Gregorian chant going. Paul.
Here's what it is, Pat.
Paul.
It's a bunch of drug addicts. That's all that's out there. And everybody that's out there now has refused services. So now we're stuck with this. And I said, well, give it to me straight. She says there are advocacy groups that sue us a lawsuit every week. Anytime we do something where we remove a homeless encampment, there's an advocacy group that sues us for $5 million. They're trying to bankrupt us. So they keep us in court and they block us from doing any of this.
Oh my God, dude, we got to find out what those advocacy groups
Let's find
are,
it.
and we got to
torture them.
We got to talk to somebody.
And then you find out who's funding those because it's, I don't know.
Well, we know who's funding them. It's the same people who are making fucking Chitin. We've come full circle, guys. Jump in the iTunes ratings and reviews. Leave 5 stars. Tell your friends. Warn your friends. And go to Patreon every week for an extra one of these. Housewives there. Join us for Below Deck. Join us for The Bachelor. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay?
We got to countersue these advocacy.
Let's do it. Great job over there, and we're trying to heal this city. Eat clean, stay classy. We'll see you next week. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
He means don't eat. Goodbye.
Pat.
Later, dudes.